Welcome to the Go Ahead Sis YouTube channel. My name is Mary.
And my name's Nicole.
And we are super excited about sharing our most intimate, real, and raw conversations between millennials, Generation X, and Generation Z.
It's based off of our mentor and mentee relationship, straight right here from my living room. We're passing the baton, connecting the dots between the three generations, and bridging the gaps. Why hide who you are? So let me ask you this. So during that time, because I know I went through a phase where, do you think people can hide behind toxic relationships?
Oh, definitely. I was doing it.
You got to fall on the floor for that?
Sorry. No, I was doing it.
So you hid yourself behind toxic relationships?
Yeah. Because I would.
And because the reason why, because the question just came to me now, and I was like, can that actually
you break
be
down
done?
the question?
Like, can you hide who you are when you're in a very toxic relationship with the opposite sex? Or even friendships, just any type of any type of relationship, romantic ship.
Can you hide who you are?
Meaning, like, so say for example, like anybody that know me know I don't do mean girls. However,
yes, no.
And that's I would put that under toxic, right?
Yes, that's just
Meaning, who I am is somebody that would speak up and say, "Hey, don't do that. That's not right.
Right.
You know, don't treat people like that.
Yeah.
You know, or don't play on somebody's flaws." Mm-hmm. But I hid because I never spoke up. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean for me.
Okay, so basically, you didn't even when you hid yourself, you didn't even show them who the real Nicole was.
No, I dumbed down myself in order to fit in.
Yeah.
And then one day I just had this epiphany, like, Negro, what are you doing? I wanted to say the other word, but I won't. I'm gonna ease them in. Like, Negro, like, what are you doing? Like, and then I had to learn how to, like, remove myself. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I did hide myself behind toxic relationships. I remember specifically I was chilling with some friends and I was just like, when you just feel different, it's just like they're going one way and I'm going another way. But I'm going to be by myself and I don't want to be by myself. So I'm going to just stay here. I don't want to do all of that because I'm not like that. Like, just like you said, I'm an introvert sometimes. I can't be corny. I can't be the girl in corduroy pants. I'm not always like
corduroy
that.
pants. I used to wear those with some K-Swiss back in the day and a clean white t-shirt.
They couldn't tell you nothing.
Couldn't tell me nothing. That's funny. And then also for me, I hid behind a toxic relationship with a guy before.
Yeah, me too.
And once again, it was the same thing. Not standing in who I was, not speaking up for myself, or knowing that I deserve better. I stood there because it was low self-esteem. Let's just call it what it is.
And I thought I could fix them. I thought personally I could fix them, but you can't fix them. I
don't even know if I was in that mindset then. I just thought that I couldn't do better for some reason. I don't know why I thought. Well, it was my upbringing. Yeah.
Like, this was the best I was gonna get, so I'm gonna make the best out of it.
Yeah, because he was fine.
Yeah,
that's all I cared about. He was fine.
And that's when it goes back to the question you asked me. I think you asked me why did I want to change? Oh no, you asked me what's the difference in the Mary now versus the Mary then. I only wanted guys because of their appearance to make up what I felt like I lacked. So I wanted the nice eyebrows. I wanted the big lips. I wanted the nice hair because I thought my nose was too big. My eyebrows were jacked up because that's when eyebrows, the on fleek thing was popping. And I wanted nice hair because I didn't feel like I had nice hair. So if a guy had that, you can have me. But what I didn't take was cheating. But other than that, I was just like, I can work it out. I can make him like me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think most people do go through that. Guys go through that too. It ain't only a girl thing. We not go act like men are not going through some stuff too. But no, we all have gone through that.
And live a double life.
Yeah, lived a double life.
You probably lived a double life with yourself or with others.
I'll say like now I've probably stepped into who I am more. Mm-hmm. I have had mentors along the way. Mm-hmm. Didn't even realize at that time that they were helping me stand in who I am today. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said in that quote earlier, you're learning. Yeah. I like this quote that I heard. There's never any failures. is either wins or lessons. You know what I'm saying? So I've learned a lot of lessons with being with them. I'm trying to think back to that time because it was so many years ago since I was in that toxic relationship. And for me, I left it, and then I just went on this journey
of finding yourself,
of just finding myself, just reading books, and
it's always that one relationship that just hits you. What did you say? A hard head makes a soft ass.
Yeah, hard head make a soft. That's what my mom used to say.
That one relationship or that one situationship that's just like boof.
Yeah.
Now I'm finding myself.
Yeah, but I truly believe like everything starts from childhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're not embraced with who you are, you know how you have those little kids that got big personalities. And sometimes, as young parents, they may not know how to embrace it or, or nurture it. There you go.
Nurture it, yeah.
And they silence it.
Like, for example, be quiet, you talk too much.
Yeah. But that may be your attorney or the next president of the United States.
Yeah.
So, we can't fault our parents. They're a product of their environments. But, you do reach a point where you are responsible for your outcome.
Yeah. It's not your responsibility. What? It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why do you think, or where do you think the word two-faced came from when it comes to why do people hide who they are?
Break that down. So when I think of two-faced, I think about somebody backstabbing somebody, talking about somebody.
Oh, yes. That is, no, not that severe. But
what does that mean?
Why do you think people hide who they are?
Oh, and have two faces.
Yes, two faces, three different personalities. Rejection, okay. Or not wanting to be judged?
That's a cousin of rejection, no?
Yeah, it is.
It's all in the same family. Being judged, being criticized, being rejected, not knowing who you are, that's all in the same family. And I think that that's what causes people to wear a mask. I mean, that's what caused me to, because I didn't have an understanding or a support of knowing who I was. So it caused me to put up this mask on and pretend who I thought people wanted me to be.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, that's what started me up in makeup artistry. Beauty? Yeah, and beauty too, because I felt that I couldn't be the person in the forefront. So let me be the creator behind the looks.
But you could be the person in the forefront.
Now I know that, but starting out, I've been in it since 2003, over a decade. I didn't know that. I was like, so let me just create the looks. Let me create what I want people to see in the forefront through my work.
Yeah. And
that's what started. So I hid behind my brushes for a very long time.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I learn something new every day, Shawty.
I thought, that was the main reason?
That was the main reason.
I thought it was because you just like makeup.
No. I mean, I did, but that was the truth behind it. Yeah. And God has a sense of humor. He's like, ha, I'm going to put you in something. I'm going to put you in the beauty industry, even though you didn't think you were beautiful.
Oh, man. Wow. I learned something. Let me think. Is there something that I hid behind?
I feel like you hid behind
the smiley facey.
Yeah, your laughs, and then
okay.
In the beginning, like I said, the purple hair, like the looks, the
dance hall.
Yeah, that.
Lord, that. I love my culture. I love the Caribbean culture, but I do. So I like to laugh. I do hide behind jokes sometimes.
Yeah,
I do.
You like the humor.
Yeah.
To deflect what you're going through.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is one, I guess you could say for me, that's one example of me hiding behind something. I really do like to make people laugh because that's just me, but it is a defense mechanism and I do it very well.
How so? Break it down.
When I'm nervous, I will smile. I'm just giving y'all the cheat code.
Girl, you be all 32. All 32. All 32. I'm glad them bad boys white.
I will smile. And it's not that I take you for a joke. It's not that I'm not listening. You're making me nervous. I'm going to smile. I don't know why I do it.
Like
but
right now, y'all, she laughing because she trying to fight it.
But I'm working through it. I'm working through it. Then again, I'm just like, is it a part of me? Because I hear what the person's saying. You know, I'm listening to it. But I guess sometimes it does stop me from really actually feeling what it is. And I know in our culture too, we do think that is a defense mechanism that we do. We take a lot of things for humor. So for example, like my dad passed, you know, people will be crying and da-da-da-da. I was doing that to an extent, but then I guess to help me cope, I would make jokes, not out of it, but like anything that I remembered of him, I would be like, child, I remember when my dad had the nerve to do, but it will be funny in a way where it's just like, very sweet, but she's coping. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. We use things to cope.
Yeah.
Coping mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, we all did it. We've all had some form of coping mechanism.
Right.
Regardless if we choose to acknowledge it or not.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you think people can come out of that coping mechanism?
Yeah, but you got to want to. That's the first step. I know. Ouch.
Shoulder shrug.
Shoulder shrug. Yeah, you got to want to. Like I had to want to come out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to want, and I literally, like you said, I think you said in a previous recording, it's a daily process.
Yeah.
Because you know, and one more thing, I had to learn, because this led into that. I have to watch my triggers. If that's a trigger for me to push me back into that, I have to remember not to go into those atmospheres. I have to stay in atmosphere that constantly feed growth. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Meaning, if it's loving friends that I know that's a safe haven for me, that I can be vulnerable and they don't judge me, or, you know what I'm saying? I just have to be very mindful. If I can't be in certain atmospheres, but I had to learn that, and that came through with time. You know what I'm saying? Because we would still go and subject ourselves to certain atmospheres, knowing good goddamn well we wasn't supposed to be in there.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, that was the first step. I had to make the decision that I wanted to change.
Okay.
And then the second thing was I had to find someone or some resources. Like I go to therapy, you know, and then I had to find resources to help me continue to grow and not stay in that place. And then the beautiful thing is, y'all got YouTube. Like we got YouTube. Everything is at a fingertip. There's no reason why you shouldn't be growing.
That's true. That's true. And speaking of that, when you was talking about growing and coping, I saw on Instagram the other day, and I reposted it, and it said, if I can remember it, not word for word, but basically, you know how we're talking about why do people hide behind who they are? The thought of, what if they're really not hiding? What if that's where they're stuck at? So the post was basically saying people usually stay at the age that their trauma was. So you could be 32, but you're really a 5-year-old.
That's true.
So I'm just like, are you hiding behind that 5-year-old, or is that where you're at? You're at that 5-year-old. I
know for me, you know, I had this moment where I had to go back and figure out the trauma, like you just said, the trauma areas in my life, and what age I was, and what was that mindset at that time. You know what I'm saying?
That took dedication.
Oh my God. This like,
because you sit down and do that.
It's 20 years in the making. This is not, now I'm not saying that I've arrived. I still have more growth. You know what I mean? I'm going to be growing until I leave this earth. But I had to go and pinpoint where I was and how to change that mindset that limited my thoughts. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I still have moments where those thoughts still try to come back, and I have to counteract, you know what I mean, with a new thought or a new affirmation until I begin to, you know what I mean, to work and see things differently than how I used to see it.
So not only that, so you can use therapy, you can use resources, you can get around the right atmosphere, and then you sat down with yourself and went back to memory lane. Yeah,
I had to revisit, you know, what triggered those thoughts, what was going on. What was the environment? What was the situation? And, you know, most people, and during this pandemic, what I realized is a lot of people don't want to sit down with themselves. Because when they sit down with themselves, they got to face themselves.
Yes.
I don't have a problem with sitting down and just looking at myself.
That's because you want to grow, though.
Well, you know what? I remember, and we'll probably go more into this on another episode. I remember at one point in my life, I think I tried to, not I think, I had tried to commit suicide. And I remember I had to learn, I had to find resources, I had to get help, I had to begin to, because it's not only what you're reading, putting in, I had to learn how to eat correctly, right? Like certain foods balance like the mind on, like bananas, you know what I mean? And I remember I had a friend at that time, and she was like, Nick, she was like, I don't want you to kill yourself. And she went and she got like some resources for me. You understand? And then from there, it was my responsibility to read the resources and take it further and get help. But it's, you know what I'm saying? It's a process. It's a process. Now, have I thought about doing that? Not in a very long time, but I had to change my mindset. Everything starts in the mind, right? Yeah. Remember I said we're always creating. Yeah. We're always creating either a positive or a negative. So I didn't want to live in that negative, so I had to begin to train my mind on not having suicidal thoughts or thoughts of depression or thoughts on why life wasn't working. You know what I mean? And I hid behind that. I made that my home. I was comfortable in it.
Those thoughts.
Yeah, I pitched a tent.
Yeah.
Had my popcorn, my food, and was chilling, right? But then, I had to learn that was an area that I had camped out in. I hid behind it, right? And I made it a home. And I had to fight to come out of it. And it's been years since I've been in that mindset.
Oh, it makes sense now when you were saying to me the other day. Well, not the other day. This was weeks ago. We were talking about entrepreneurship and basically me fighting to get out of that spot of complacency based on what I was feeling.
Yeah, you gotta work. Nothing is gonna be handed to you. You gotta work. You have to begin to study and do the research and lay out the plan. Right, the vision. You can't go anywhere if you don't have a plan. Even when they build the foundation of a house, there's a blueprint. True. Everything comes with a manual. So why would you write down?
Unless you had no vision. That's the only reason why.
So I didn't grow up with a vision. So then therefore I had to begin to write a vision and how I saw my life. Now, has it been detoured along the way? Yeah. You know what I mean? Has the plans adjusted? Yeah, but I had to start with something. I had to get a picture of something. You know what I mean? Instead of hiding behind lack and poverty and, I wanted more. But that's it. So what are the takeaways from this?
Be you. Be authentic. It's okay to say where you're at. You may not be where you want to be, but start out somewhere. No beginning is too small. And get from around things that doesn't serve you anymore. Or doesn't serve where you want to go.
That doesn't serve where you want to go. I like that. We want to big up and thank you for rocking with us and tuning in. We hope that you enjoyed this conversation.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Oh, and definitely share with a friend.
Oh, and don't forget to follow our Instagram handles down below.
So until next time, go ahead, sis!